River in the hills of Kentucky. Just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Evan McPherson about ready to get this going as we are underway now from Paul Brown Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. On first down, Sampson. And incomplete to open things up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Sampson. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals team. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly. Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down. 2nd and 9. From the gun, Sampson. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
To throw on second down. Sampson got his man complete over the middle. That's Marshall. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On 1st and 10, Sampson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Operating from the gun, Sampson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Trey Hendrickson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Sampson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He gets this one to Boyd. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the 30 on second down, Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face third and short. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up two.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. (7-7) our score after one. Here's 2nd and 10. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
There. But the 9 picks,
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From the gun, Sampson. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. Gets around him, and they'll get this down to the 10.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on it. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Burrow. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Burrow will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Indianapolis. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. He sets to fire deep. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. Powerful running. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. 36.
12. 11.
Burrow looking to pass. And his pass incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now, the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He completes it to Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
11 MT paint.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. The 30, 10, 5, and he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Mike 7, Mike 7. Stop your whining. 7's a Mike, Mike 7.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, Panthers.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Off play action. Sampson. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as he gets it up past the 35.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Don't let 89 go deep.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 46. Mike 46.
A handoff to Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Panthers.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
It's going to be a long day. 55's Mike on it.
On third down, Sampson. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You ain't going nowhere. He's checking.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Von Bell up to make the tackle. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now it's Burrow. Incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow to Mixon on the check down. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football.
And that's his 2nd touchdown run of this game, and this one add a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
On the return, Phillips.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect.
And now here is another interception. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. This is McCaffrey. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
157 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long.
Hubbard. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind the line.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall.
And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. On the return, Phillips.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Now it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
11.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And the Panthers have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
And he won't be close close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Gonzalez set to kick off.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. On the return, Phillips. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And they will take a knee here.
Here we go. 180. Nice hot. Hot. We want it. Hot.
And they take a knee. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their